Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, both for our radio audience here in Mississippi at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com. We're glad that you all could be with us. Also, joining us to our friends at iHeartRadio and Amazon Music Podcast. Glad you all could be with us as well. Well, Temptation Tuesday is back on the Oprah Winfrey Network, and one of the shows that has everyone talking is The Kings of Napa. We have one of the stars joining us today. We're excited to welcome Actor Rance Nix to our program. Let's talk to Rance not only about his own journey in acting, but also what it's been like for him to do what he loves in front of the camera and to share that with all of you. Also, what it's been like for him to bring to life the character Dana on the show, The Kings of Napa. And, of course, we'll let you guys know I can be able to catch the show for yourself. Rance, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it, man.
Cyrus, thank you so much for having me. Excited to be here.
Hey, man, glad to have you. At the time we're having this conversation, the world has now been able to be introduced to the King family, and boy, what a family it is, man. I mean, so this is a project I saw you talking about on social media, on Instagram. How does it feel now to be able to introduce this family to the world?
Wow, it's huge and pretty surreal. The build-up has been building since we wrapped in August of last year, so for it to finally be here is amazing and exciting, and we're just getting started. I can't believe episode 1 is already out in the world, and the feedback has been great. People are excited to see what happens. I'm excited to see what happens as an actor. You know, once you act and do your part, that's it, you know, until it comes out. So it's been really, really cool to get to this moment finally, you know, a moment that was a long time in the making, not just with the Kings of Napa, but also career-wise myself. I've been doing this for about, change of the year, so 7, almost 8 years since I graduated from the University of Georgia in 2014. So long time coming, and I'm grateful for the opportunity that has now arrived.
Yeah. Rance, let's dig into that a little bit, because the thing that I love about doing this show is that a lot of times when we're introduced to shows like The Kings of Napa or any project, we see individuals and think, wow, you know, look at them. You know, they just came out of nowhere and, this, you know, and all of this, but people don't realize the work that goes into it. What is it, do you think, that kept you committed to the work? Because it really is your hard work that's gotten you here. What is it that helped you to stay true to that work and to not give up on it?
I think just keeping the vision, number one, and remembering why I decided to do what it is that I want to do, and just continuing to stay consistent and keep my head down and keep working. Because as I got older, I just turned 30, you know, I just noticed that the people who I may have started with and had the same similar dreams with start to fall off. Friends start to get married. Friends start to have kids. Other friends get 9 to 5. That I found was the toughest part as I continued to pursue my acting dreams is just remembering the vision, keeping the vision, keeping the main thing, and just staying in my lane and keep executing, whether that be getting new headshots, whether that be sending 100 emails to get new representation, whether that just be auditioning and just giving 100% to every audition that I get, making sure that I'm improving every step of the way, while also learning anytime that I can, getting information from others, being inspired by my peers. I think that was a big one that kept me going as well. Speaking to like my friend Mariani and Atmara, who are other actors in the game that are just a little bit ahead of me, just speaking with them and just listening to their stories and hearing how they push forward, that helped as well. So it was a whole bunch of stuff. And I think the main thing, and this goes for any career, anyone that is trying to do something big or just be successful in whatever it is that they feel called or led to do, is just staying consistent and resilient. Because eventually, if you're putting in the work, putting in the time, putting in the hours, learning along the way, pivoting when necessary, while maintaining your vision, you'll end up in a good place.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's it, and I think that's the proof, and I think for a lot of people out there who are listening to this rant, that's going to be the encouragement for them. So, talk to us about acting. We're going to get into Dana and the Kingdom of Napa here, but what was it about acting that spoke to you initially, Rance, and made you say, "This is the profession, this is the craft you want to be a part of"?
Yeah, So I've always loved being around people, being in front of people, and kind of sort of entertaining, whether that be in an official capacity. I don't know if I admitted it at quite immediately. When I was in school, I went to college to originally major in business management and get my business degree and go into business and run a business or something like that. But while I was at the University of Georgia, I hosted a lot of events. I did a couple hype videos for the football team. Also, Go Dogs. We just won a national championship. And just kind of built a name for myself on campus as that guy that was the host, that was the guy that would be in your video, that would act in your project, and so on and so forth. And by the time I was about to graduate senior year, I was more or less getting paid to act or host events or do things. People would give me gift cards to restaurants, and I just caught the bug. And I did take an acting class that also, put something else in me as well. And I realized that people enjoy watching me, and I enjoy entertaining, and I enjoy creating content and work that I can put out for my friends to enjoy. So I actually I interned at an advertising agency in Atlanta my junior year to try to get that job after senior year, after graduating. And that summer, that's when I definitely realized office life is not for me. While I did well in the position that I had, I remember the exit interview, my young 21-year-old, naive, not looking back self said, "Hey, I'm grateful for the opportunity. I enjoyed it here. However, this isn't for me." And I told the head of HR this, and I remember she kind of looked at me funny, like, "You sure?" And I said, "No, this isn't for me. I want to act. I want to pursue my dreams." And my parents graciously supported me and gave me a little runway after I graduated, and I was able to do just that.
Wow.
And the rest is coming to fruition as we speak.
There you go. There you go. Now on one of the most anticipated shows of 2022. I want to say for those who are just tuning in, on the radio side or online, you're listening to Conversations Live. We're excited to welcome actor Rance Nix to our program. We're talking with him not only about his journey to where he is today, but also the brand new show on the Oprah Winfrey Network as part of Temptation Tuesday, The Kings of Napa, that's out now. So this character, Dana, is no joke, Rance. For those who have been following you, I noticed when I was prepping for this segment, this is not the Rance that people are probably used to seeing in a role, right? I mean, so what was it like for you to kind of bring this new dimension to this character?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. Dana is a complex guy. He is a guy that believes that excellence and hard work are the great equalizers. We both have achondroplasia, which is the most common form of dwarfism. We both stand 4'6", and so Rance Nix and Dana King both believe that if we work hard and do our best and show people the way that just show people what we got, that we can prove ourselves in any and every situation. I think with Dana, he takes that to the nth degree, and so if people aren't giving him the respect that he deserves, he tends to get a little bullish and a little brash, and the sauce kind of gets to him. And it was fun exploring that because that's something that I've dealt with, in real life, where even though being excellent at what you do and carrying yourself with confidence and pride can really help navigate people's perceptions of you, sometimes you can't beat people's perceptions, and people are still going to judge, people are still going to have their opinions, people are still going to make fun and or skip over you for certain job offers or opportunities. And so, with Dana, throughout the season, he's really dealing with how to handle all this. And as he's trying to figure all of this out and figure out how to deal with not getting what he thought was rightfully his, he also has to navigate how his attitude is affecting the relationships in his life with his wife, Rose, with his family members, and with people outside of the family as well. It was really fun, and it was a stretch for me, and I enjoyed kind of playing a bulldog, if you will. In real life, I'm a nice guy. I'm pretty gracious. I don't like to burn too many bridges or annoy people in any way. So it was kind of fun to just be a guy that is just so confident and so into himself in every which way. And not only that, I mean, the clothes were great. I got custom suits, I believe, in well-fitting clothes in real life. So to get custom suits from MDB Spoke in Toronto where we shot and be able to just nail the part, that was a lot of fun too.
Rance, the other thing about it, I mean, family is front and center in this, but also I think affluence, and being able to be seen. Do you think that's one of the things that is the reason why people are gravitating to this show, The Kings of Napa, because it shows a different side, especially when it comes to us as people of color, than a lot of people are used to seeing?
Totally, because a lot of times with shows that have black families, typically it's, you know, they're trying to achieve the American dream, or it's the come up, or they're just trying to make it, and so on and so forth. I always say this show is like post come up. Our father, Reginald, he worked hard. He was a successful surgeon, and he bought the vineyard, and he was successful at the vineyard, and we're living in a post come up world. And in the first episode, he said, "It's not your money; it's your mom and dad's money." The kids kind of get to enjoy it still, even though it's our mom and dad's. That's super fun, and I think it's encouraging. I know it's encouraging for me for black people to be in spaces and to enjoy spaces that may or may not be predominantly black, but just enjoy it anyway. Like last night, I was at a restaurant with my family, and we just happened to be the only black people in the restaurant. And I said, who cares? Let's take up the space anyway and enjoy this meal, enjoy this time, and be unapologetic about it and not feel some type of way about it because there are no other black people here. And I think that's the same thing with the Kings of Napa. You see the Kings of Napa, you see this family. They're doing their thing. They're eating good. Yeah. They're living good. There's, of course, the familial drama that happens in any family. But they're unashamed and unabashed with the way that they carry themselves, and I think that's really special, and I think that's something that the audience will definitely gravitate towards and enjoy.
You know, Rance, the thing that I was saying to someone when I was reviewing the first episode was, this is an exciting drama where the cast just happens to be black. It's not even about their race, but it is, I think, showing us that it doesn't matter, you know, what race you are, what color you are, what is possible. And I love the fact that we're able to see that, you know, with the drama, the intrigue, the struggle for power, and the family just happens to represent us. You know, I think that is the thing. So to me, it's not only entertaining, it's also aspirational, I think, because other people look at that and say, hey, I want to be the King family. You know, that I want that for my family. And I think that's one of the cool things. Last thing I want to ask you about, Rance, and I appreciate the time, is about social media. We kind of referenced that at the beginning of this. Not only, of course, in the amazing promo that Owen was doing for this show, and it's been great over the years, being able to share the different broadcasts that Owen has been able to bring to the world. But I want to talk about the response that you've been getting, because I think it's so important, you know, for us to not only be able to celebrate ourselves, but also, what has it been like for you to have people who don't even know you, Rance, to celebrate you and the success you're having right now?
It's really special. I think those are the moments. I think I always enjoy, and it really hits me the most when people reach out to me and say, hey, I love your character Dana, or someone says, I love that scene that you did where you said X, Y, and Z to your sister or your mom. And to connect that with the work that we put in and the work that, we did on that particular scene, for example, where I know and remember that we just massaged it to make it work because we knew that was going to be a powerful scene, and then it worked. That's amazing to me. And then also I love reconnecting with old friends, reconnecting with family from across the country that I haven't spoken to in a while. That's been special. And also people who also happen to have dwarfism have reached out as well. My son has dwarfism. He looks just like you. A mom sent me a photo of her son, and he had on a Burberry shirt just like Dana King does in the show. And I was like, oh, man, he kind of does look like me. That's been cool, too. And then, on a fun note, I also just enjoy being talked about in the Black Twitter space.
Yeah. No.
That's been
and
fun
deservedly so. Yeah, deservedly so.
Yeah. Because, it's like, when you're trending on Black Twitter, that's when you know you got to hit. So that's been cool, too. And I'm just taking it all in and just trying to enjoy the ride as much as possible, journal as much as possible anytime a new moment comes, or just small messages I screenshot and keep, because this is a first for me and it'll never be the same. So hopefully I book more work and the Kings of Napa can run for 8 seasons and some. But this moment will definitely be a first, and it won't be the same. So just trying to take it all in, and I've really enjoyed just being able to celebrate with everyone, people that I know and also people that I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's been great to be able to celebrate it.
That are meeting me as well.
Right. Well, it's great to be able to celebrate you and celebrate the show. Rance, again, everyone, Rance Nix has been our guest. Make sure you guys are checking out the Kings of Napa Tuesday nights on the Oprah Winfrey Network. You can check your local listings for that. Also, of course, make sure you guys are using the hashtag. Rance mentioned it. Of course, the Kings of Napa is where you guys can stay connected with all things dealing with the family and the show. And, Rance, how can our audience be able to stay connected with you, man?
Yeah, so they can check me out on all social platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at Rance, R-A-N as in Nancy, C-E-N as in Nancy, I-X, at Rance Nix. And I hope that everyone tunes into the show. Like Mr. Cyrus said, Tuesday at 8 on the Oprah Winfrey Network. Let me know how you like it. Let the cast know how you like it. And we can't wait for you to see more.
All right, Rance, man, congratulations to you again. Really appreciate the time today, and looking forward to having you back on the program again.
Cyrus, thank you so much, and be well.
Hey, man, you do as well, and we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. And until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying, as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live, and let's go make today amazing. Take care.